RHOBH Alum Crystal Minkoff finally tells the story of how she lost 14 friends. Thanks to Sutton Strack, we'll never forget at least two memorable moments with Crystal Minkoff on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was the one who pointed out Crystal's ugly leather pants and the fact that the brunette beauty lost 14 of her close friends. Sutton threw that friendship exodus in Crystal's face during one of their many altercations. Andy Cohen questioned her about it at the Season 12 reunion, but he didn't get a satisfactory answer from the second season housewife then. However, now that she's no longer on the show, Crystal is ready to spill the tea. The 41-year-old shared the story with Cynthia Bailey during an episode of their podcast. Here's how RHOBH Alum Crystal Minkoff lost 14 friends. Crystal talked about the friendship drama on the Humble Brag podcast after having us wait years to find out the real tea. The claim that she lost 14 friends is very true, and it seemingly stemmed from jealousy over snagging a diamond on RHOBH. One of her friends wanted a spot on the Beverly Hills franchise for quite some time, but when she got the opportunity, her husband didn't want her to do the show. Crystal advised her that if her family was against it, she shouldn't do it. A few years later, Crystal was chosen to join the RHOBH as the first Asian American in the franchise. I told my friend, who wanted to do it, and the conversation, while it wasn't awful, it wasn't great, shared Crystal. It was, why is it good enough for you and not me? The former Bravo star said she explained that their situations were different because she had the support of her husband, Rob Minkoff. After that, we hung up, and we had a nice text back. And then I never heard from her again, ever, said Crystal. Never spoken once again. That was about 4.5 years ago. Crystal says her ex-friends tried causing drama with her castmates. Crystal revealed that the drama didn't end there because the rest of her friend group also dropped her over her RHOBH casting. There was a day in which I see a photo of our group of friends all together, and I'm like, why am I not there? And I called every single one, and no one answered, said the mom of two. Crystal said she wasn't just iced out. Her former friends also tried to jeopardize her relationship with her castmates by dimming them and making up lies. Crystal Minkoff sat on the plush sofa of her sun-drenched living room, the Los Angeles skyline stretching out behind her through floor-to-ceiling windows. She had chosen this spot intentionally for the interview. The warm light complemented her soft, neutral-toned outfit, a picture of tranquility that belied the storm she was about to describe. For years, rumors swirled among fans of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills about Crystal's infamous loss of 14 friends. It was a topic that had come up briefly during her first season on the show, mentioned in passing but never fully addressed. Her co-stars had speculated, sometimes cruelly, about what could have caused such a mass exodus from her social circle. Crystal had remained tight-lipped, letting the mystery linger. Until now. I think it's time, she began, her voice steady but tinged with emotion. People deserve to hear my side of the story. The perfect storm. Crystal explained that it all began 5 years ago. At the time, she was deeply entrenched in a tight-knit group of women, all connected through their children's elite private school in Beverly Hills. These were the women she vacationed with, hosted lavish dinner parties for, and shared her most intimate fears and dreams. On the surface, everything seemed perfect, she said, sipping her tea. But perfection is a dangerous illusion. Beneath it, there were cracks. The first crack appeared when Crystal decided to champion a fundraiser for the school. The event, a gala with a 6-figure budget, was meant to be a grand display of unity and philanthropy. But planning it revealed simmering tensions. When you put a group of type A personalities in one room, everyone wants to lead, Crystal said with a wry smile. And when you're dealing with wealthy, influential women, egos can clash. Crystal had taken on the role of co-chair alongside her closest friend in the group, a woman named Dana. At first, the partnership seemed ideal. Dana was organized, charismatic, and just as committed to the cause as Crystal. But as the planning progressed, their differing leadership styles became apparent. "I'm meticulous," Crystal admitted. "I like things done a certain way, and I'm not afraid to voice my opinion." Dana, on the other hand, was more laissez-faire, and that's fine, but it didn't work for something as high stakes as this gala. The fallout. The first major fallout occurred over the seating chart. Dana had insisted on placing a high-profile donor next to her own husband, claiming it would benefit her husband's business. Crystal disagreed, arguing that the donor should sit with school administrators to foster goodwill. It sounds petty now, but in those circles, these decisions carry weight, Crystal said. It became this huge argument, and Dana accused me of trying to undermine her. Word of their feud spread quickly through the group, amplified by gossip and embellishments. Soon, everyone had taken sides. Crystal found herself increasingly isolated as Dana rallied more women to her cause. Dana was incredibly persuasive, Crystal said, her voice growing softer. She framed me as controlling, as someone who always had to be right. And to be honest, maybe there was some truth to that. But it wasn't malicious. I just cared deeply about the event. The betrayal. Things came to a head at the gala itself. Despite the months of tension, the event was a resounding success. A glittering evening that raised over $2 million for the school. But behind the scenes, Crystal's world was crumbling. After the gala, Dana hosted an after-party for the group. Crystal revealed, "I wasn't invited." That's when I knew things had gone too far. In the weeks that followed, Crystal discovered that Dana had been spreading rumors about her, painting her as someone who used her wealth and connections to manipulate others. Friends she had known for years began distancing themselves, canceling plans, and avoiding her at school drop-offs. It wasn't just one big blow-up, Crystal said. It was a series of small betrayals. A lunch I wasn't invited to. A text thread I was excluded from. It's death by 1,000 cuts. The breaking point. The final straw came during a group vacation to Cabo. Crystal had hesitated to go, sensing the growing divide, but she hoped the trip might mend fences. Instead, it became a battleground. There was this dinner where everything exploded, she recounted. Dana brought up the gala again, accusing me of being selfish and divisive. I tried to defend myself, but no one backed me up. I felt completely alone. By the end of the trip, Crystal decided to cut ties with the group. It wasn't an easy decision. These were women she had once considered family. But the toxicity had become unbearable. I realized I was fighting to keep people in my life who didn't value me, she said. And that's not a fight worth having. Moving forward. In the years since, Crystal has rebuilt her social circle, surrounding herself with people who uplift and support her. She's also done a lot of self-reflection, acknowledging her own role in the fallout. I've learned to let go of the need to control everything, she said. I've learned to listen more, to be more empathetic. But I've also learned to set boundaries. I won't let people walk all over me again. As for Dana and the others, Crystal holds no ill will. I've forgiven them, she said, not for their sake, but for mine. Carrying that anger only hurts me. I wish them well, but I've moved on. Crystal's story is a reminder of the complexities of female friendships, particularly in high-pressure, high-stakes environments. It's a tale of betrayal and resilience, of losing and finding oneself. I've lost 14 friends, she said, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. but I've gained something much more valuable: peace.